Good morning, folks. It's 2:01 a.m. on the 17th day, 4th month, 2025. I'm looking at here, and I'm going to do New Zealand first, I reckon. It's the beaming of this storm, and judging from where they've beamed it, and this is the last mimic frame I have, and it looks a lot like they're killing it. They're killing the flow in the center of the storm, because I've got the following beam lines. Let me change this. White shows up real well on that. Right, you see this line? I don't know why you ain't marking. It's probably due to be charged. See that there? Well, the center's here, right? As this comes towards this, it's running into a barrier now, which tends to scatter out the water a bit, but it's going to pack the winds in pretty tight. See this step move here? I'm sorry if it's not up to your standards of my drawing. But like I said, I've got a cast on my hand. It's really going to bring a lot of flow in towards the Takaka and Collinwood and Nelson areas. So I'm going to tell you to batten down the hatches. This tendril here is actually coming down towards what I call the thumb. So this area here is going to get a bath, and this area here is going to get it worse. Know that it's about to occur. Okay, so and this is the shove move. You see these steps here? It's going to allow an airflow in for some of the cold air that's coming up. You get some air down here is about 8 degrees to mix into the back side of this and make it kind of volatile. And you get some cool nights coming to some of these areas, like around here, where that real weird blob is here of EMF. It's about to get cold up there at night. So let me turn that one off. I didn't want to go too much into mimic today because my hand hurts. But the guiding line of this is pretty well plainly set in stone. And now I'm just waiting on the turn to occur. As you can see right here, the beam lines are well spelled out. I didn't do the ones out to sea. Xmit just fires straight up, right? It can't go any further than that line, right? This one's come up here. That's the turn lines right there. And when it hits that spot, she's going to just very much just slingshot in. I know that hasn't come yet. This is the eye should hit about here. It's got a wide field to the south of it, so there'll be a huge swath of rains I'm expecting through here. And only one map is actually showing that. They're not even showing it being a cyclone yet. When I looked over at Windy here, well, this is some of your temps that are coming. I looked at some of the wind speeds that were in this storm right now, and it's only saying, and I'll refresh that just to make sure that they're only saying you're 73 miles an hour. Well, I'm recording winds over here of quite different than that. I got 112 knot winds that I'm seeing on some of the feeds there. And if I look over here at the Saffir-Simpson scale, well, we have to do it different, right? We got 114 knots. It's definitely a Cat 1 to them, but if they're saying 74 miles an hour, something's not right. So it would be currently considered a Category 3 cyclone. Yeah, right now. And by the eye scale. You see the difference the world uses and you use, right? They're down here at 1 while you're up here at 3. Come on, man. I thought you guys supposed to be some tough nuts over there in eyes. Well, you gotta have a man flu special thermometer for the men. 98.9 is a fever. That's just what this is ridiculous. If ours can go with the Saffir-Simpson scale like the rest of the world, that would be great. So I want to look at something I haven't looked at yet. So let's see if they've done the turn move yet. It'll show up very distinctly on this one right here. So I'm looking over here and here, and you'll start to see a beam come. There it is. You see a beam come up through this spot through here. That's the turn line. Okay, so the degree line of turn looks like it's about 16 and we're almost 16.2 minutes. See that right there? The degree line right there. That's where it's going to stop. It has to. The beam has just come through. So there's your turn line. They've got it held. You see this beam that come up through here down to about 120.75. See, I do by degree lines. Yeah, that one that came in the end. So that's definitely being turned. Definitely being turned. So we've got that now. Good, good, good. It's good data. Good data. So now I know when it's gonna turn. Still, it's like hovering. If you look at the degree lines, like right there, you may notice it seems to be just hovering. But that's the sling line. And imagine this part of the storm right there. When it hits that line, she'll turn. Not the exact center. Will some of this go that way is what I want to see. Boy, they're whip. Oh yeah, they're whipping it now. You see that? Whip it good. Do 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 do. Geoengineer storm. Do 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 do. Blowing down your house. Do 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 do. Owning nothing. Do 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 do. They think you're gonna be happy. All right, I'm gonna roll this in now. The only one that I see that seems accurate is Axis. So I'm gonna do theirs. Yeah, they ain't even look 48 miles an hour. Get the fuck out of here. They ain't matching. It's just not matching. Oh, they even 65. You'll be a nice cyclone finally. You want? Let's do the winds on the way in. I'm expecting it to weaken right when it gets to that beam line on the shore. It's going to shoot a shitload of water in just south of the Penis Insula. There's your main wind line. It's coming in a little farther north. Okay, so let me move this side. Let me see if we find one that does what I think. Nope, that ain't it. You know, they change these things after I load screens, right? Get you in for a bet. Absolute screaming bet. You want to see something? Oh no. They moved the line north. So I'm going to have to see where the beam line sits, because they're saying the swath is going north to Broome. But it's definitely, wherever this swath comes in, it's bringing a big belt with it. So get ready down here, this peninsula. I have a feeling they're not being honest with you. And it's bringing a big batch. This seems more right, but the totals are too low. So, coming in through here, I'm expecting 300 to 350 mils of rain. And by the time it gets to Fitzroy Crescent, it it'll still be fairly windy and packing a big storm. So you don't want to be down in these gulches down here, driving around, getting stuck. You know, over there. I saw a name that said Wang. Wankajunga. Wankajunga. Did I get that near right? Wanka. Did you try to spell junction wrong? Down the Wanga Junction. You see some very dramatic satellite images of this. I'm going to zip over here now. I'm going to New Zealand. Here we go. All the way across this hill. I went too far. Look at it. Read it and weep. The thumb is soggy. The fingerprints running. So these rivers down through here and all that's going to be running. So Takaha and Takaka and are going to have some caca weather, because look, if I go over here, yeah, Takaka and Tahaha, all these things over here are getting fahahaked. This is some heavy totals coming your way over here, folks. 1/4 of a meter. How you doing, Nelson? This is a bit low. I'm thinking about 200 mils for you guys. So think about that. They're going to be wet. It's going to be nasty. So I'm going to do is, I think the easiest way for me to do it is like this. This has to be about how easy for Robert to do. And if you can't see it on your screen, put it on television. There we go. I'm just going to run this now. It's easiest for my hand. Who said this swath? I'll go with you. Just look at the winds, man. This is the problem. It is the winds. And I kind of showed her coming ashore over here already, right? Is you guys will be here. Your fate will have well been decided by the 19th and 20th over here, Western Australia. You say what you hear. Yeah, I could see they dissipated some of the water with that beam. That was actually kind of good. It probably stripped off about 100 miles off that storm. Yeah, it did. But you still got this whip around action to come. So this event here, as it unfolds for you guys in New Zealand, ain't pleasant. Wind's going to be very, very stiff. Look at these gusts. Yes, your friend Gust is coming to town. Oh, Yeah, on land gusts ain't nice to see through the passes and stuff. You know, when you're seeing gusts like this, 35 miles an hour, that's enough to topple a camper. It's going to be roaring up here at the Kiwi Beak, I'll tell you that. Look at these gusts up here. Don't get caught out in this. Be careful on the roads. Down here in the gash, if Fanganui and fucking Tawny seems to at least have some of the doldrums here. Thank goodness, but you know, still 20 mile an hour gusts ain't nothing to shake a stick at, you know. You know, the stick might shake you. And this is just sustained winds. Just under 30 miles an hour, 20 miles an hour through Nelson, and 11 miles an hour as you go through some of these passes. So the gusts is what I'm most worried about as we go in at this event unfolds. See if we can just drag this along. My hand's starting to hurt. Bad. See the roaring winds through Cooks over here coming in on the overnight hours of the 21st. So watch yourselves on them ferry crossings. Yeah, this. Wow. Yeah, you guys are fucked. Absolutely fubarioed. So once again, I'll zoom this back. I'll get back over here to the 19th and let it run. Thunderstorms, thunderstorms, you've been warned. Waterspouts. No, I'm not really thinking about waterspouts because the temperatures are run. Yeah, I'm not getting enough tropical air mixed down that south to do that. And then to get that rain's coming in on that thumb, it was what I call that backside slide when the low gets to a certain position. The rotation itself, it has dynamics to it. And that's when the penis insula gets some moisture. Really, really wet. Hot, sticky rain. Yeah, we head into the 21st. See, it's just a really long event. It's welcome here, my friend, to the low that never is. The geoengineering's I hope you bend and let them spray us like bugs. Yes, geoengineering has not ended in the United States, sadly. I do have a dream, though, that will happen one day. But until I see executive orders and stuff saying it, quit spouting lies on my wall about it. Because, well, if you're lying, you're dying. That's right. Don't you lie to me, motherfuckies. That's right. I'm the motherfucker. They're the motherfucky. Never forget this. Bit of a low creeping up the coast of eyes there coming in on Wednesday, overnight Wednesday hours. So, imagine you might have some good surfing conditions happening in Coffington's Harbor. Chem Harbor. Oh, well, if I showed you the chemtrail tour, you'd be like, oh my God, it's horrendous. It is. It's a crime scene. That's as far out as I'm going to take you. I already told you the totals. Gee, look at this storm out here at the sea. And this is what's currently going on out here. This is the penis insula of New Zealand. Down here is this is. Look at the way this flow is gone here out west. Yeah, sure, that's natural. Hi, have a big ass chemtrail rope like a tail of the devil himself, whipping the land dry. Or is that the Balrog? The Balrog, because this was some shit ass weather. This is the turn point. You see this right here where these two flows are meeting in this spot? If I catch it, you can even see the actual blowing out of the condensates right here. You can see where the haze is different, and that's what because that beam came up. And so this will be proof that ain't a glitch right here. There's an area down right here where the low deck is containing no clouds. You'll have beam, right? And these are coming through right on the top of this storm. Boy, is it energized. Yeah, you could see the beam lines even in the clouds. That's why I said sometimes I need an actual satellite image because I think they'd be lying to us. But if I could see it with my eyes, I could see stuff. And this stuff's cruising that direction when it should be going that direction. It's an oddness. So that's a chem bomb right here that I'm pointing at. And a big pow right here. Big sky sharks and boom a doom a pooms, big sky sharks, boom a pooms, big sky sharks, boom a pooms, big sky sharks. Yep, compliments of our oppressors. Yeah, very, very bad storm, and it's all fed. It looks like to come right on in through here. There's your flow boundary right here. So yeah, batten down the hatches, Broome. Here she comes. I'm not going to go too much more into detail on that. Like I said, my hand hurts. Yeah, you got chem and stuff down here, but I'm covering these storms. It look like a step sign spinning. See how sharp them edges are? Squares turning, squares turning, squares. Watch how the jet on this one goes. Geostorm. So this one here is known as Tropical Storm 30. It hasn't gotten a cyclone name yet. It should. But Errol's on the other time, flinning with your asses. I had a terrible cam crush. You might well knew it today. Ah, the poor land. It saddens me. Batten down the hatches, New Zealand and Australia. Geostorming's coming to town. That's about the best I can do for you. My hand hurts. All right, big love. Stay safe. Peace.